Radar screens glow red in the dark. Every second, another blip appears, drones circling like vultures above the waves. Pilots grip their controls. Commanders lean closer to their consoles. The tension is unbearable. Then, one signal breaks formation. Small, fast, unpredictable. It cuts across the radar like a blade. Voices rise in panic. Alarms scream, and before anyone can react, metal collides with metal. A Russian drone slams into an American F-35 lightning second. The night that changed everything. They said the skies above the Black Sea had grown too dangerous. Every radar screen buzzed with activity. Every satellite feed showed swarms of drones. And every commander knew one wrong move could set the entire region on fire. But on this night, something happened no one expected. A Russian drone, reckless, fast, and pushed to its limits, rammed into an American F-35 lightning second. Within seconds, alarms blared across NATO command centers. Pilots scrambled. Warships in the Mediterranean braced for retaliation, and Washington woke up to a nightmare, a direct clash between Russian hardware and America's crown jewel fighter. The collision, it began with a patrol flight. Two F-35s flying low, monitoring Russian drone activity near NATO airspace. The Russian drone? Built for reconnaissance, never meant to engage, but its operators pushed the limits. They maneuvered dangerously close, taunting, testing. What happened next is still debated. Some say the drone was piloted recklessly. Others whisper it malfunctioned. But on camera, the truth was undeniable. The drone smashed into the F-35's fuselage, tearing its stealth skin, crippling one of its engines. The pilot ejected safely, but the F-35 spiraled into the Black Sea. The drone obliterated. But this was only the beginning. The race to the wreckage. Within minutes, U.S. Navy destroyers activated search and rescue. Helicopters roared off decks. Sonar buoys splashed into the dark sea. Fast boats tore across the waves. But Russia moved too. Their ships surged into the crash zone, claiming the waters as their own. Both fleets stared each other down. One mistake, one misstep, could trigger a war. Because this wasn't just a jet, this was the F-35, packed with stealth coding, encrypted comms, advanced sensors. Even a fragment could unravel years of American advantage. For hours, both navies danced in silence. Submarines launched, divers prepared, lights swept across the black waves, each side hunting for the wreck first, because whoever recovered it held the future of air power in their hands. The diplomatic shockwave news traveled fast. Washington, London, Brussels, emergency sessions overnight. Officials faced a question: was this an accident or an act of aggression? Publicly, words were cautious. No one dared say attack. But behind closed doors, anger boiled. The U.S. Secretary of Defense called it reckless provocation. Generals warned Moscow might stage more accidental collisions. The F-35 wasn't just an aircraft. It was America's pride. Billions in research, trusted by allies across NATO. And the message was clear: if a cheap drone could cripple the most advanced fighter in the world, what did that mean for everyone flying it? Moscow's message, Russia responded coldly. State media claimed the drone acted in self-defense. Officials accused the F-35 of provocations. But analysts weren't fooled. This wasn't defense. This was a message that billion-dollar fighters could be humbled by cheap, expendable drones. Footage of the collision flooded Russian TV. Commentators gloated. To Moscow, the truth didn't matter. The symbolism did, and the world was watching. The world reacts. Allies called for calm. Rivals celebrated. China studied every frame. Iran praised Russia's bravery. European leaders worried. If drones could ram stealth fighters, what did it mean for their own defenses? Markets shifted. Defense contractors surged. Analysts wrote papers overnight. Pause, and everywhere one phrase echoed: drone swarms. The untouchable age of stealth was suddenly in question. The silent battle underwater. As dawn broke, American salvage ships closed in. Divers prepared. Submarines deployed. But Russian vessels were already there, sweeping the sea floor. It became a silent battle beneath the waves. Pause, shadows moving dangerously close. Radio warnings: you are entering restricted waters. Neither side budged. Both knew whoever reached the wreck first could unlock priceless secrets. Stealth coatings, radar-absorbing materials, encrypted systems, all at stake. A new era of warfare inside NATO. The mood was tense, too aggressive, and war was inevitable. Too weak, and credibility was gone. The balance was fragile. Experts whispered the same thing. The era of untouchable stealth was fading. The era of expendable drones had begun. Some called for new electronic warfare. Others demanded interceptors. A few even suggested the age of manned fighters was ending. Pause. The questions were chilling. How do you stop enemies willing to sacrifice cheap drones for your most valuable jets? The pilot's story. The downed pilot survived. Rescued by NATO forces, he told his story. The sudden jolt, alarms screaming, smoke in the cockpit, the violent plunge into black waters. Floating in the freezing sea, he heard ships rumbling closer, not knowing if the first light he saw would be American or Russian. His survival was a relief, but his words were a warning. History's verdict. This wasn't the first drone crisis. In 2023, a Russian Su-27 clipped a U.S. Reaper drone. That ended quietly. But this was different, because this was an F-35, a manned jet. And in that one night, two eras collided. The old world of billion-dollar stealth fighters, and the new world of cheap expendable machines. Pause, the shockwaves are still being felt today. Closing. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to subscribe for more, and tell me in the comments, do you think drones have already changed the balance of air power forever? Because one thing is certain, the skies will never be the same again.